Alright, hi everyone, it's DJ Steph, Uptown Express Productions. Today what I'm going to show you, if you've seen some of my gig logs, you see I have two Chauvet color palettes, LED color palettes. I'm doing a little project here. One of them, I busted them at one of my gigs. I keep all my lights, fairly well packaged. I don't have individual cases for everything, but I wrap them up, I put them in boxes, and I try to take care. But the color palettes by Chauvet, if anyone has them, you'll notice the little plexiglass they put on the front is very, very thin. And that's what broke, and something actually pierced it and then broke the entire board, and it's just too much to fix. So I was able to pick up another one used, so I'm back to having two now. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you the color palette here. The plexiglass here, I'm going to replace it with a thicker piece. I went to my local hardware store, Renault Depot here, and I picked up a piece of plexiglass, a much stronger piece, and I changed this one already, and as you can see, you can't tell the difference, you don't notice it, but this time, there's not much flex now. It's nice and strong here. This is much thicker. We'll add some protection to this thing. I'll show you. I'm going to do the other one in a minute. It's there on the floor. Not very hard to open. There are two very, very small screws here on the top and on the other side. And then you've got 6 screws, 3 on each side here. So you simply undo these 3, the other 3 on the other side, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and this entire thing comes off. And on the inside there are little clamps that keep the plexiglass in place. To go over here, I'll show you the piece of plexiglass. This is how it comes. It's a piece, I already cut a little bit of it, and with this special tool, it's just a scribing tool, really easy to cut. You just go back and forth, and then you snap it, and boom, peel off the paper, and there you go, you've got your piece. So this is going to be hard to see if I can make it reflect. This is the piece this is the old one, the cover. Now this thing, I'll get a tape measure in a minute, but it's paper thin. You can bend it any which way you want. To compare it to this piece that I got, now you can actually see the thickness on this new piece, and if you put them side by side, I don't know how well you're going to see this. You probably, hopefully, the piece that I bought is at least 3 times as thick. And I put this back down here, and you can't really bend this thing. So I'm hoping that's going to give. I don't want to have to buy another one of these things. The color palettes aren't cheap, and I really like them. So I'm going to do this to protect them. I've also ordered several Ariba cases for a lot of my lights and stuff that I've been planning on doing anyway. Just happened to kind of coincide with that. I'll do a video when I get them. They're on order. They're being shipped today, actually. So let me pause, and I'll take out the screws of the other one and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. So I've taken out the screws, 4 of these really, really tiny ones. And then you got the 3 on each side, 6 of those other ones. Just the standard, star screwdriver. So here you go. See, it just comes right out. So this is one whole piece. The leads are completely exposed here. So the only thing keeping them in place, protecting them, is that really thin piece of plexiglass. So let's put this down. And here, see the plexiglass, it's just being held in place by, I don't know if you can see them, little the metal, little clips there. You can bend them very gently with your finger. So there's 3, 6, 10 of them all around. So I simply just pry them each open. I'm going to bend out this old piece and stick in the new piece. I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, it's really hard to show with a measuring tape the thickness here, but I'm laying them both down. On the left is the new one. I measured it. It's about 3.5 millimeters thick, and the right one, you can see here, I'm moving it, it's 1 millimeter. So the standard Chauvet plexiglass is 1 millimeter thick. You can bend it, you see like it's really, you know, this thing 3 or maybe even 4 millimeters thick. So that's the thickness. And now so I cut my new piece. Let's go back over here. So here's the casing. I took it out, I flipped up all the little tabs, and all we got to do is place it back in there. I'll need my 2 hands to do that, so put you back on spot. Alright, so there you have it. There's the finished product. I put in the new plexiglass, tied down all the clips. Obviously they're a bit, you know, they're a bit more, there's a little bit less space now because the plexiglass is thicker, but they fit enough. They're still quite secure in there, and especially when you screw everything back in, it's still pretty solid. So there's no movement, so it's not going to come out. And there's plenty of space inside. I guess there's a little bit of the plexiglass actually overlaps a little bit. You don't see it on the inside, on the outside here. So there's plenty of room for the LEDs to fit in there. So and screwed everything back in, nice and strong now. And so that's it. I would highly recommend doing this for anyone who has the color palette. You know, I noticed that when I first bought them, I'm like, wow, okay, it's a little bit flimsy, but okay, I guess, you know, nothing will ever hit them. But I guess I put something on a box and somehow something pierced it and completely broke through it and everything. So that won't happen again. This took me maybe, takes you a couple of minutes to undo everything, takes you maybe, you know, a couple of minutes to cut the plexiglass, a couple of more minutes to fit it in there and fidget with everything. 20 minutes, half an hour tops. 2 lights were done, 2 new plexiglasses and my color palettes, and that's it. So I hope this helped anyone, and you know, if you have any questions and comments, put it down below, and we'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.